Hi everybody, today I would like to present my case study on one of my students at the moment. So just starting with the student's information, Billy is a 6-year-old in my classroom at the moment, and he is attending an international school in Beijing. He is an only child, and both parents are very supportive of his education, but they aren't able to speak English. He's a very sweet boy, very kind and warm-hearted, and he turns 7 in July. I mention this because he is younger than a lot of the students that have turned 7 throughout the year. He will be turning 7 at the end of the year, which I think makes a huge difference at this age for just emotional readiness for grade 1. As far as the student's strengths go, he really enjoys singing. He likes music. He also enjoys group work and tasks where he can work with a partner. He is able to complete work really well once he gets focused. And he, like I mentioned earlier, is very kind and considerate of the feelings of others. Some of his in-class challenges really, his challenging class is to pay attention and to stay on task. The learning support specialist has been monitoring for the past few weeks since I asked her to, and she basically stated that in most of his classes where she has observed, he's off task about 90% of the time, which is really troubling. He often also starts to sing, make noises, and get a little bit disruptive in class, which does result in him getting yelled at very often or singled out as well. So, as a result of getting singled out and getting moved, for example, from the carpet to sit next to the teacher or so on, he feels very picked on some of the time. He will tell his mom, oh, the teacher has talk to me about not singing in class, but sometimes there's other students that sing in class and they don't get scolded or spoken to about it. So he has a complex about being singled out. As a result of his disruptiveness, he also tries to make friends but struggles with some of the other students. It takes him really long to complete homework and classwork as well. And it's not only English, this happens with Chinese and especially with math, with Chinese math as well. And he often comes to school with the homework incomplete, which then means that the teachers have to try to help him at recess time so that he doesn't fall behind with the Chinese work that is required of him. And as a result of him not being able to finish his work on time, he also then gets to bed really late at night. Looking at some current interventions, we have had him on a behavior chart for a few months. We've tried giving him fidgets. These didn't really help him very much as they became more of a distraction. The learning support specialist will start to see him once a cycle to work on his time management and so on. And then we are adding home goals to his chart with regard to what time he goes to bed, what time he stops doing homework, and his mother is getting him tested for ADHD soon. What we are hoping will be achieved from the interventions we've put into place is that basically his mom needs to really follow up with rewards, with stamina charts and things back home so that his behavior chart is actually something that can be effective. The Chinese teachers and myself have agreed to help him finish homework at school. The English homework is a little bit more tricky because they're not legally allowed to really do homework in grade 1, so we cannot force them to do the English homework. But I have, for example, been encouraging him to do a reading log and so on. As I've mentioned, the learning support specialist will be seeing him, and a lot of one-on-one instruction time will be given to him in class. So basically, my questions for the cohort would be how do we get him to increase his ability to pay attention if things like fidgets and the charts that we have put in place don't seem to be working? And what types of accommodations should we be making for him other than giving him extra time on tasks? Um, I know that there are so many ideas, but I haven't really put very many of them into place for students with ADHD before, other than extra time. So I'd like some ideas on that. Thank you.